What? 3 videos in a day? Yes, sir. What's going on, family? It's your man, DeAndre Saxon, back for another video. You already know what it is. Coming to you from beautiful Dubai. On this channel, we talk about how to lock in, live like a GTA character by leveling up your character here. Level up your self-image, or level up your life. I did that. Took me to 7 figures by the time I was 24. I teach you how to do that on this channel in multiple ways. We talk about how to improve your life, improve your life as a man. So now in this section, we just talked about law of vibration, law of attraction. We talked about law of assumption. Let's get into some lock-in content. Stay away from these kind of shorties, man. I was thinking about what I was going to talk about for lock-in content. And you know what? No, not a lot of guys talk about this. Whether you've already come into money, you're going to agree with me on this, or you're going to come into money soon, start preparing. What starts to happen when a boy starts getting some money, right? A man starts getting some money, like you get in the game. I'm talking about you come to Dubai, you come to Miami, New York. I was obviously in Miami. What they don't tell you is that the girls are out of your league. They're out of your level. And I don't mean physically. I'm talking about, let's just say you're a 25-year-old man and you go meet a 25-year-old woman. You guys have both been living in Miami for the last 5 years. Boy, she will run game on you if you don't know what you're talking about. Because just the fact that you can go spend $1,000 on a shorty that night doesn't mean that you should. Here's what I've come to realize is that a lot of these time girls have way more experience in the dating market than you. I mean, just think about it. Like, how many more dudes are in her DMs inviting her on a yacht, inviting her to Dubai, inviting her to go do stuff than you have in your life? Like, how many times have you got invited as a guy to go do something? Probably never, right? So here's this girl who for the last 5 years has been in the game learning how to finesse dudes, getting tainted where she'll get invited on a yacht by some random dude, the DM. Dude, she hops on the yacht. Dude gives her $5,000 for being on the yacht, and then you hop in the game. And you're trying to meet the same girl, and you're just trying to run game or just be a regular dude, try to wife her up as a girl, whatever. You can't even compete. She's tainted. Like, nah, bro. Like, you're not even in the same league. That's what I'm talking about. So as I started making some money, I started obviously dating some baddies here. Maybe I'll put some B-roll and stuff. I started dating some baddies, bro. Like, I've been in the game. Like, I have some good experience, but I didn't know. I had a little bit of scars along the way because I didn't know that, man, there's some shit out there. So let's talk about one of the traits, as there's many traits as you can probably imagine. But in this video, we'll talk about just one trait. What's one trait that you should avoid when talking to a girl? Now, this was a good one. I was just thinking about it in the shower, or actually when I was in the bathroom right now. So check this out. You're gonna hop on Instagram, right? You meet this girl, whether you meet her in person, preferably just meet her in person. Trust me, that's a whole other subject. But meet the girl in person. Right now, it's become more real. So you just meet a shorty, right? Like, I've met a couple of shorties here in the building with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, right? So you meet in the girl, you get her Instagram, and immediately I can tell what kind of girl it is, right? Just being in the game for so long, you start to realize what kind of girl it is. So the girl you're gonna want to avoid, right? And why would you want to avoid this girl before I give you the secret? You want to avoid her because, one, she's gonna run your pockets. Number two, she's most likely not as genuine as you think. And the mean of, like, let's be honest, bro. Like, do you want to go out every night? Like, let's be honest. Like, imagine, have you ever been on a date? I have, where it's like you're 4 or 5 dates in, like you're maybe 2, 3 weeks in, 5 dates, 6 dates in, and you're still having to, like, go out. Like, you're like, may or may not have smashed already, but you, like, have to go out. Like, you got to take her to the movies or take her to a dinner because you just don't feel that connection or vibe enough to just chill at the house. Like, hey, babe, like, I don't feel like going out tonight, but I want to see you. Just come through to the crib. We'll watch some movies and Netflix. Like, now, obviously, if you're talking to like a 5 or 6, like, she'll do that. But I'm talking like the baddies, like the ones with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. Now, can you secure that once in a while? You're like, yeah, it's normal. But I'm talking about like the average, like, dime piece, 9, 8, 10. The girls that you're googling over and liking on Instagram. Most of the times they won't do that. So what we're gonna want to do is avoid the girls when you look at their Instagram if they are traveling to multiple high end places. You know what's so funny about the females? Like, and this is, they're not doing, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. Like, that's not my job. Like, I don't look at game as from the female's perspective. I look at it as improving as a man. I don't know if they think that by posting that, it, like, raises their value in the sexual market value. Does it make sense? They're like, oh, if I post inside of this Lamborghini, if I post inside of this Rolls Royce, if I post my red bottoms, and you clearly see that shorty don't got no job, she don't run no business, or maybe, like, this is not an OnlyFans girl, by the way. This is just like a regular girl, right? You're looking at it, and I'm like, I know she can't afford this life. Like, how are you at this restaurant every night? I go on your Instagram, you're eating steaks, you're eating this, you're in Mexico, you're here, you're in Tulum, you're in Dubai, you're at this restaurant, you got these nice clothes, you're in Mykonos, you're in Greece, you're in all these places. And I can tell clearly that you don't have a business, right? Or maybe like even if I do, like I don't really see much going on there. You don't post a boyfriend. Like I don't know what's going on here. That's the kind of shorty you're gonna want to avoid. Now, each man, this is my preference. Each man is different. Some dudes want to come in and they'll start funding shorty. Like I'm not gonna come in here and start funding a girl that I just met. Like maybe after I smash a little bit, like maybe like a little bit, but especially not before I like really get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wild. I'm just not tricking. Like I'm just not doing it. Some of y'all be tricking. You're like, oh my god, and trust me, I used to do it. That's why I understand it. I'm like, oh my god, she's a baddie. She's a 10, so let me go take her to the finest restaurant. I did that, man. I would do that and I would say like, oh man, this girl's so like, oh, next level. And I take her to a $700 dinner. Then I order a bottle for us, another $500. And I'm thinking, oh man, we're gonna secure the bag. I'm finally gonna get it. I just impressed her. Nah, bro, like you just look like a ticket. Guys, things have shifted so much in the dating market that it's actually the opposite. I really want you to think about it. If you actually try to flex and give a lot on the first date, that's actually a bad sign. Especially, remember, these are for the dime pieces. These are for the baddies. We're not talking about the 6 and the 7, the regular girl who's not used to that. We're talking about the girl who's already been used to that. You're looking at her Instagram and you see her hot already. She's already looks like a model on Instagram. We're talking about those girls. She's used to being spoiled. So if you come on here on first date and you try to impress her, first of all, she's already been impressed years before she met you, right? She's already been with all these other guys and took her to all these other places. So you ain't giving her a new experience. But the moment you start like tricking on her and doing these $1,000 dinners and stuff, like if you want to go to the $1,000 dinner because for you and you just happen to bring her, that's different. But if you're trying to impress her and take her out, bro, you're gonna lose every time. Because guess what? She's gonna be like, oh, I got another one. And guess what? Girls can read energy. They can read your aura. So that she can tell by the date if you're alpha, if you're nervous, if you're like, oh my gosh, she's too hot for me, out of my league, right? Whatever self-talk you have, she can feel that because she's been on more dates than you have, buddy. Let me tell you that. So she's gonna see if she can run you, bro. She might like that night give you a couple kisses, a little bit of here and there, and be like, she won't give it on the first night because she's a baddie, right? She's gonna get another date out of it. So then you're like, oh my god, I just went out with this chick, she liked me, and guess what? You'll set up another date. Now it's another restaurant, another trip, or another thing, and now it's like she starts to might be 3-4 dates in. You're like, all right, where are we going with this? And she by the end of that, she was just wanted some content. She just wanted a nice dinner because she's been in the game longer than you. You get me here, and you were just a ticket as you were going on. Now, if you smash, like, is that? But this is why we talk about like not even chasing shorties, bro. You're gonna do all that work just to smash, like, really, bro? Like, stay locked in. Like, it's just better, man. Trust me. This is coming from a guy who smashed so many shorties that I can't even tell you publicly. Like, I've been in the game, man, and it's not really worth it when you're out there chasing all those girls. It's better and I'll make another video on some of the shorties to actually like get in game with. But the one you want to avoid, one of the things, red flags of many red flags, is if she's on her Instagram and you see many different locations, this restaurant, this nice clothes, this jewelry, this trip, this like, Ibiza, Tulum, restaurants, all this kind of stuff, and you don't see anything funding it, that's a girl where she likes nice things, which is fine, cool. But let me tell you, let me warn you now. She's been more experienced than you because guess what? Who was funding that? How many other dudes, yachts, experiences has she been on where she understands the game? These girls are not stupid. They're trying to win just as much as you're trying to win, and whatever it is, the relationship. We're not saying winning is taking, like sleeping with her. That's not just a win. Like we're bigger than that. We're becoming better versions of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But she knows how to win in herself. So if she can read it off, she's going to try to get as much as she wants. Now, like I said, for every man, that's different. I'm not trying to do that. I want a girl that actually likes me for me. She's probably going to see the content that I make. She resonates with my material, my message, the things about me. So whether I take her out to the fine dinner, which I never do on the first date, maybe we talk about on the next video, like the best, kind of intros on how to take a girl out. I never take her on a fancy restaurant. Absolutely not. Never on the first day. If anything, like I actually try to downplay, and then I like as I start to like her, and after 1 or 2 dates, then I start to like try to go out there to the next level because we ain't gonna do all that, guys. Like I said, we ain't tricking. We're actually looking for girls that are genuinely interested in us and not trying to look for a free ticket. So, guys, if this content helped you, make sure you subscribe below. As you see, we talk about all different types of levels on how to level up as a man, not just mindset, not just locking in. It's the next level. So if you want to be inside of our community where I teach you all these kind of things so you can have a 7-figure business and maintain it by being the best version of yourself, Check the first link in the description below. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. DeAndre Saxon out.